was dating this guy one time and I had a show and he was there and I was like, I'm like, what is this crap? As soon as he dumped me, I was like, yo, those ugly dudes.
He's like a white girl all of a sudden. Oh my God, so my God. Get rid of this guy now. What's happening to her? I think I saw you, the first time I saw you was in the Rhino when, you remember that New Jersey Comedy Club contest? New Jersey's Funniest?
Yes.
That was what, like 2 years ago?
Yes.
And then you were headlining.
Mm-hmm.
I think the contest started after that. Or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I remember.
I hate contests.
They were terrible. That was the most terrible. That one was.
I don't like contests.
Yeah, they're not really fair. I'm not a big fan of roasts either.
You like roasts?
No.
No?
Not a big roast.
Yeah, I've learned to do it because I feel like it's part
Part of it.
but I'm
Gotta
not.
do it,
I'm
yeah.
not. Yeah.
Part of it, this, especially for this age, roasts.
Yeah, I'm not.
content.
Leave me out.
It's getting meaner and meaner, too.
It really
meaner.
is.
Yeah,
They're like-
it's because it used to be like for lack of a better phrase, all boys club. Where you sit there and talk shit and it stayed because it wasn't malicious.
Mm-hmm.
But now it could be interpreted in so many different ways. It's not really.
Although I don't like the comics eating comics thing, like what Chelsea Handler did. Like, even though she's kind of right, she shouldn't step. Recently happened again, saying oh, this happened. Like, you leave the road. It's like leaving a party and being like, that fucking dick. Did you see what he did?
But did you see somebody came with receipts about her how she treated or talked about them years ago as well?
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
think-
funny. It's funny times with Randall. But hey, we got a special guest in the building today, Alex.
We do.
Yes. Velvet Sugar Podcast. Welcome.
We do.
Hey,
Talented,
hey.
funny.
Latise,
Monique Latise.
Thank you.
fresh off her win at
Yes.
Funniest Women. What is it? Funniest Women over 50.
Funniest over 50.
Funniest over 50.
Funny.
over-
Funny.
funny
Not
over
funny.
50?
Funny over 50.
Funny over 50.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
correct.
Nice. At Gotham. And then how was your set at Gotham?
It's
Right
coming up. It's actually
all
on the
right.
9th of July. So it's
Okay.
next Thursday.
Nice. Any tickets left? Or you said no?
The 7:30 show is sold out. 9:30 show is still available.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Gotham. That was the first big comedy club I went to with my wife. Way before I became a comedian.
Yeah.
Bobby Slayton was headlining. Remember Bobby Slayton?
Yeah.
You know who he is?
No.
He's this is like 2004. Yeah, he's this crazy comic. He made somebody walk out uncomfortably. And this is '04, so it wasn't like comedy. Today, what he did was not appropriate,
Right.
And she didn't just walk out. She got up. It was an Asian lady. She got up and she got out with like a hurt face.
Oh.
She wasn't like fuck you, like where you're like fuck her anyway.
Yeah.
She got up hurt, and we were all like, my wife and I were like, oh my God. And I was thinking
wow.
like, if I ever did this, I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
I wouldn't want to do that to
Right.
somebody. She looked hurt. She had like
Yeah.
that face like one step before you start crying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People,
yeah.
Like,
people jump into comedy for different reasons. Some people is very intentional about stand up.
Yeah.
They come in it to hurt you.
Yeah.
And he was killing. He was doing good. And then he started doing like hacky Asian jokes. And then he went a little farther and deeper. And then it was like she got up and left. She's like, I don't want to hear it.
But yeah, so tell us about the Funny Over 50 with Sherri Shepherd, man. Tell us about that experience.
It was I'm still shocked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I say that, a lot of times people be like, well, you've been grinding, you've been doing different things. But it kind of knocked me off my feet. I don't know if you saw
I saw your
the
reaction.
reaction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I reacted, like, for real. That's how I felt on the inside because last year I just kind of not gave up on comedy physically, but I gave up on my delusion of comedy. Like, I had goals. I was very intentional about coming into comedy.
Right.
I never came in to just like, get guest spots and go here and there. Like, I had goals from the door.
Right.
Because I didn't really want to do comedy, if I can be honest. Like, I always wanted to be in entertainment, but I never thought comedy. So when comedy presented itself, I was like, for real? Like, I'm going to take all this mess about me and it's going to become a performance?
Yeah.
So I spent 16 years of my life, like, building this brand from opening, my own comedy club to producing my own shows. I had, running a room for 6 years and just building the brand. Because I kind of felt like as a woman in comedy, especially a colored woman
Black
in
woman,
comedy,
yes.
we don't get the same opportunities. And I know this for a fact because you can look at flyers and see that it's very rare do you see a black woman headlining. Shout out to Rhino because they are the
Rhino's great.
first comedy club that let me headline in my
great.
entire life. In
great.
fact, they're giving comics a free spot on their show if they buy a ticket to my show. So they support, like, it's a woman.
nice.
She's a woman
Maria,
and she
shout out
owns the
Maria's the
club.
best. Shout out to Maria.
Shout out Maria.
Yes.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah.
You know,
We all got a chance to perform. Did you headline there yet? Or
Yeah,
no?
I did the contest. That's how I got in there. Like I was going to open mics there. I was a really new comic, and you know what? So for you, you've been experienced. You've been doing this for a long time. Me, only 8 years, and then
that's
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Oh, thanks. No, but I was doing it for about 2 years. Like I was doing, you know, the guy that goes to the open mics and is filthy and is like, "How come I don't get on the show? Why don't you put me on?" You know?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know those guys?
Yeah.
That was me thinking like, "I'm good." Like you get cocky in your head,
Right.
and then I realized, oh, you know, you got to be professional. And I got to tame that down. So then, I wanted to show her and then I did the contest, and it's like a local little contest she does once a month. And usually it's like against like maybe like what 15 people the most 60.
yeah.
I won it, and then you get a spot.
right.
And then I was like, I'm gonna clean my act up and do.
But you know what I never understood when people say that they're cocky or get cocky or don't get cocky. To me, and this is just my experience, the audience lets you know what the deal is.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, really no one has to tell you whether you're funny. And I don't believe in coming up to other comics saying, you know, that you suck. What was that? Like, that was crazy. Like, that was, you're corny. You're this, you're that. Because it's a growing process.
very true.
What
You
about when
know?
a comic comes to you after like a bad bomb and he's like, "How'd I do?"
I'm the wrong person. I will never say. You know what I would say? How do you feel?
Yeah,
You
he
must-
laughs at me
you-
because
you
I'm
must
like,
be
"You
his
did great." I'm like that
I've
liar.
se-
who's
I've
like, "Ah,
seen
you did
I've
pretty
seen
good."
I've seen people
I'm heartless. I can't
eat
do
it. And then he goes to them, "Hey man, nice job." And I look at him
I'm like that guy that feels bad.
But
I
you
don't
know
want to
what?
tell
I
you.
don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
You know,
You know, if they come to you, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Supportive.
If you find something, you got the guts to get up there.
Yeah.
it is.
So you get kudos for that.
Yeah, no,
You're,
very true.
you're doing more than the
You
average
know?
fan who never do it, right?
Yeah. So wait a minute, back to Sherri.
Yes,
Because
please.
I love this story.
Right.
So I
Hold on, before I got a follow-up question. Go ahead.
okay. So I left my job for 27 years to do comedy full time. I took out $80,000 from my pension to do comedy. So the first 3 years
God.
was amazing. I was traveling, I was doing content, you know, I was getting paid for my videos. It was amazing. I don't know what happened that last year. That last year the money ran out. I was minutes from being homeless, minutes from having a repossessed car. I was starving. I mean, hungry. You know, it was
Holy
crazy.
crap.
And I had to go back to work. I didn't know what kind of work, because I was on my job 27 years. I didn't know what kind of work to do. I got grandkids now, and my youngest grandkids, I haven't seen them at this point in about a year. So I'm like, you know, I was in a really bad place. So I was like, you know what, God, whatever you want to do with this comedy thing, I just got to get back on my feet. And I really was like, you know, really wiping my hands with it, because I felt like I did all I can do,
Yeah.
you know, without a manager. You know, I felt like I did everything that anything that a local comic can do, Monique Latise has done it. And it was no more for me to do. So I just went back to work. Somebody got me a job as a sub, went back to work. And I'm the type of person, most of the time I enjoy anything that I'm doing, I'm going to enjoy it. I don't believe in doing something and not enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I went back to work. I started, you know, loving on the kids, and, you know, they were making me laugh, giving me hugs. So I'm good. You know, I'm good. I run across this website, and Sherri's website, and it said that she was looking for funny women over 50, funny people, or funny. I'm not sure if it's funny women. I'm not sure what it said, but I was like, oh, she's doing that contest again, because I didn't hear about it, and she just announced that she was going off the air. So I'm like, I said, well, you know what? I'll submit my information. You know, I probably won't hear nothing back, because I did it 3 years in a row. And then I also submitted to the Kevin Hart Funny AF.
Yeah.
How did
They
that go?
called me.
Really?
They called me.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
I had an interview with the casting agent.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
And
That's dope.
they said, if you don't hear from me by, I think it was like October,
Uh-huh.
you didn't make the cut.
Dude, I saw your set. It's funny. I saw your set. It was 2 weeks ago, Barely.
Yes.
And that set would have gotten to the top
Oh.
last, like 8 people, like
Yeah.
the second or the last episode or the final. You were phenomenal. So that makes me think like it's why
I don't have an agent.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Most of the people that made it, they have representation.
it is. Yeah.
And they all deserve it. This is not anything against them, but
True.
They were all
having
good.
someone speak for you
Right, that's
is
what
a whole different
it
ballgame.
makes it-
I auditioned for America's Got Talent 5 times.
Oof.
Every time I get to the casting board
the
and they
agent is-
tell me, who's representing you, and somebody said I should just start naming people, but I don't even know who to name.
You're
Like, who's out there?
You'd be like Jeffrey Jerome.
Right.
Yeah,
Something
he's
Jeffrey,
out of-
something Jewish. Something.
yeah, Jeffrey Jerome Epstein.
Right.
He's out of Zimbabwe.
So, like, I feel like I'm the comedian that just always, like, I don't give up. I did Apollo. I made it to the top 3 the first
Oh.
round. I got booed the second round. Like, I don't quit. Wow. But last year, I felt like I'm done. I'm tired. I'm getting older. I'm 52. I'm exhausted. Right? So that's where I
You've
was.
been grinding a long time.
Grinding,
Right.
man.
And then not even grinding. I feel like I just bang my head against wall like we all do. I don't do anything different than anybody else. But I was just tired at this point. Like, I was like, all right, I'll just do these little shows and just, mind my business and, work and take care of my grandkids and that's it. And I run across this and I said, you know what? Because this is who I am, I'm gonna submit.
Right.
So I submitted, and what's crazy is I submitted like on a Tuesday. They called me, they emailed me the next day and said someone had gave them my name.
Right.
So I thought that was strange. I said, wait a minute.
God, boy, God.
I said, wait. I said, and they said, if you're interested, please submit. If you are considering, if you want to consider being casted. So I'm thinking like, y'all ain't see my. I said, you know what? I'm not, whatever. So I said, all right, for shit and giggles, I'll do it again. So I did it again. 2 days later, they calls me back. They called me this time. We loved you. We want to have you on the show. So I'm like, okay. I've been down this road before with Netflix and everything. Netflix called me one time, and they were going to do a documentary on women across the world. So they saw one of my videos on TikTok.
Oh,
And it got down to the crunch. I think I spoke to like 3 casting directors, and then they said, you know what, we're going to go in a different direction. I get sick over stuff like that. Like, it literally makes me sick.
But that's all right. That's what I heard how it goes. Is they just go.
Yeah,
in
but I
different
can't,
direction.
for
It's
some
not a
reason,
personal
it's
thing.
too much for me.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
hard,
is.
yeah.
Crazy. So they said, we really like you. I'm going to set up a Zoom for you to meet the head producer of the Sherri show. So I'm like, okay, don't do this again. So I deleted all the emails from them.
Oh, jeez.
Because I get obsessive. That's probably why I'm single. Like, I get obsessive. Like, I would have been like over and reading it over and over, pulling it up over and over. I said, you know what? I'm going to delete everything. If they contact me, no big deal. Because I'm the type of person, I'll call them back and be like, did you make up your mind yet? Like, I'm so obsessive. So she set the Zoom up. I met with the person. He was like, we really like you. We've been following you. We see your material. It's your time. And I was like,
and at this point in time, you're like,
no, but I'm like, this is strange.
Like, is this a spam call? What the
Right.
hell's going on?
I'm like, this is strange. So they sent me an NDA. I sent it to my son. My son-in-law is a lawyer. I sent it to him, and he's like, Mom, yeah, this is real. So I said, okay. Now, mind you, the show was like in 3 days that they were taping.
Ooh.
So it was like time. So now my engine on my car was messed up. Remember I told you about the whole car thing?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, all right, I got to get there 2 hours early to, where am I going to park? So I'm obsessing over in my head about like everything. They send me an email. We're going to send a car for you. I'm like,
Wow.
This is in New York, right?
Well, New York or New Jersey?
New York.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, they're going to send a car?
No.
And I'm like, this is getting like weird, but good weird.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so that, now we're going over my material. Like, and this is all in 3 days, going over my material, the lawyers.
This is round 1, right?
round 1. So I'm like,
How much time?
you got to do. So one thing I learned is that you can have a whole polished set
Right.
and can headline doing an hour.
Right.
But when it's time to audition, they only want maybe a minute, minute and a half.
A minute?
Yeah, you got to be able to.
So you got to have jokes, less than
Yeah.
stories. You got to have
I
snaps.
mean, however you chop it up, you got to be
very
able to
little.
have audition
That's
material.
like Kill Tony's 1 minute.
And I was like, and at this point, I'm long-winded, as you can see. I'm taking my time, warming it up.
Hey.
It's none of that. They want to get to it. So they rewrote my whole jokes, and we would go like back and forth. And I'm like, I don't say it like that. So that kind of was
They telling you how to say your jokes?
they because it's daytime.
They shorten it for you a little bit.
Some things, like I couldn't say the word Google, I couldn't say this, I couldn't say that.
Or
But-
anything slightly offensive.
And I was
either.
getting frustrated, but it was like a good frustration.
Right.
Because I'm like, God, this must be good.
You're in there.
Right? I'm like, this must be good. I didn't like the back and forth, but I'm like, this must be serious. So
Jeez.
finally I get to the show, and I'll never forget, I got out the car, right? And it was all of these women online, women of color. And they was like, oh, there's a comedian. Now, no one knows that I'm there. No one knows about this competition. Like, it's like a top secret. I signed the NDA at this point.
Right.
They were waving at me. They was like, are you performing? We're going to, we can't wait to see you. And I'm like, shh. Because, I didn't want to blow my chair. I'm like, shh. Long story short, made it to the second round. I didn't know what the prize was.
Right.
Because I kind of got dragged in. Not dragged in,
Right.
but like, I just went with the flow.
It happened quickly.
So I get back to the dressing room. They like, all right, second round, if you win that round, you get $10,000 and you get to headline Gotham. I've been trying to get in Gotham for 5 years.
Wow.
And I was like, this is crazy.
We got a little. We even got. Would we say disappointed because we both auditioned for the strip we didn't hear about.
I'm telling you I know how you
no,
feel.
no.
So we get to the last round. They come pick me up. And the energy, keep in mind, the show was closing.
How many rounds total?
2.
So first round and
rounds.
the second and the finals.
2 rounds.
Wow.
And this is their last episode, their last season.
Damn.
So it was like the producers that were working with me were kind of sad, but you could tell they were very excited to do this. Yeah. And next thing you know, the confetti was dropping down. They bought this big ass check to me.
Look at me.
I'm like,
God,
I was standing there like, this is not happening to me.
God,
I saw that reaction. That's great.
That is
great.
Oh
Like
God.
I needed a new. You saw my new whip?
You got a nice.
Tell it to me.
No, it's very cute.
Does it fit me?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
my engine had me in such a chokehold. I was not canceling gigs, but certain gigs I couldn't take because I couldn't drive far.
Yeah.
My car was only going 20 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean.
So I called her. As soon as I got my car, I
Yeah,
called them. I said, put me on.
She
I'm
said,
coming up
I was like, oh, she's like, I got a car now. Okay. And I said, yo, I called you and I said, Monique Latise,
Oh,
got
yeah.
a car. She ready. He was like, all right, boom. We set it up. Bam.
Oh, man.
Because
I was
she,
ready.
your beautiful spirit. I haven't met you that long. Monty Mason. Shout out Monty Mason.
Yeah,
he always speaks highly of you.
Yeah.
Highly. And when I finally met you that day at Rhino, I was like, okay, yeah. He's like, okay, so she's a real deal. I saw you do your set. I said, okay. It's just a matter. It's just a matter of time because you know what I mean. Women that tour doing comedy, they have nothing on you.
Right.
Women I see at the cellar,
Yeah.
nothing on you. You could be you. I've seen, especially black women. I've seen they're not doing nothing that.
So let me ask you a question. So what's the issue?
That's
What's the problem?
I think when we all get, but you want to hear my opinion? I'll hear my opinion. Is when I got into
my
this, I thought
guy's
it was-
opinion.
No, I thought it was that. I thought it was like it's all merit, how good you are. But you do this a little bit, and you realize you got to have some breaks. You got to have luck. You got to have an agent, like you're saying, and you got to. That part of it is a little bit of a game, like because I started acting, and that's what acting is all that.
Yeah.
All a lucky break. Because there was 15 theater actors I knew that were better than anybody in the Oscars.
Wow.
But they'll never be on TV. You know why? They don't know how to play the game.
And sometimes I feel like being funny can backfire. And I'm not, trust me, it took me years to even say I'm funny. I don't even like saying that.
You know what? Same here.
I don't even like saying that.
Same here.
What I will say
Same here. Same
is that you're gonna get a great show.
Yeah.
Because I love to talk. I'm a talker, right? So it's never gonna be, even if we just talking, it's never gonna be boring.
No.
So
it's gonna be energy.
right. So I know what I bring to the table. So even when people post, "Oh, I'm funny," that's hard for me to say because funny is objective.
Right.
What I will say is you will have a good time.
Yeah.
Because
Respect.
I feel like my gift is I know how to read a room.
Yeah.
And I know when to move on from something and I know when to give it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I know how to watch a show and give it what it needs. Like I love headlining, not because it's headlining, but I watch the show. And then I say to myself, now how could you take what they did and take it
and that
all the way home.
and that's a skill. That's either a gift or a gift and a learned skill because everybody
You
can't.
gotta learn. It's something like you gotta teach yourself because, and that's why I tell people all the time: don't be afraid to headline, even if you feel like you know what. Because I don't like headlining when there's people who have been in comedy longer than me on the show.
Okay.
Like for Women's Month, right? Everybody wanted women to headline the shows,
Right.
and I'm like, we could like. I hate that though because people only give us that month when
Just-
we can literally do it all year.
Right.
So I did a show in Brooklyn, and someone that I look up to in comedy, Def Comedy Jam, BET,
Mhm.
he was my feature, and I didn't know. It didn't dawn on me that we were doing this
Yeah.
Women's Month.
Who
show.
was it? Can you say?
I'm not even gonna say the name.
No worries.
We could bleep
But
it out. Yeah,
huh?
we could bleep it out. Well, you got it. If you want to say, it. We could bleep it out. But yeah,
But I
Yeah.
mean, the point of the story is it's just how I feel with some of the guys from that era.
right.
Yeah.
Like I came in after Def Jam, after Comic View, so whenever I'm on a show with them, I always want to pay them respect. I don't
Right.
feel like I'm funnier than them. I want to go. No, I don't because. So anyway, he had to go before me,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh God. Number one, I was saying, oh God, because I didn't want to disrespect him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Number two is he's an animal. All right, I'll say it. Cool Bubba Ice. He's an animal on stage. And I know he's gonna go crazy. I know he's gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So, but then I said, all right, it's cool. Just watch what he does, and then you add the extra spice that you need to
Right.
complete the show. Because that's all really the headliner is doing is completing the show.
Yeah.
We're not outshining anyone. It's not my job to
Right.
The headliner's job is to bring the show to a head.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I did, and I was like, I'm glad the promoter said, nah, you closing this show.
Right.
You don't get mad when a feature kills, right?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. No, I don't get mad. I like it, but I won't watch it. If I see you killing and I'm going before you, I'll watch a little bit, then I'm going in the hallway. Especially if it's a show, and I know this sounds crazy,
Yeah.
and because I never want to stop you from killing. I mean, that you got to do your thing, right?
Yeah.
But I can't watch it because it's gonna give me anxiety.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
You up there just smashing the walls down. I'm like, it's crazy. So I did that. So I headlined The Stress one time. I headlined out. It was my own production. I sold it out myself. And I had one of my homeboys feature for me.
New Brunswick or Bridgeport?
New
Brunswick.
New Brunswick. I'm in
Brunswick.
I'm in Bridgeport August 2nd. August 6th.
Headlining?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice.
But the first time I was at The Stress as the headliner, it was my show. So I got the whole door deal and that type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And I had my homeboy open up, and he literally shred that place to pieces. And I was like,
He was the first comic to go?
the host and then him.
Right.
Then, okay.
So I said to the host, I said, well, how long is he doing? Because he
What did he do? Like 20?
he did 20, but that 20 felt like.
Murdered. You did
So
destroyed.
I said, you know what, Monique, just go in the dressing room,
Yeah.
get your mind ready. You know what you're doing. Because if I sit and watch him, I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I understand because I did a show one time and the headliner was like, nobody's gonna bring you on tour with them, and I didn't understand what they meant by that.
Yeah.
But now I get it.
That's and to think that first thing you think about, nah, if I do good, then that's great. But it's more work, and you hear some touring comments say, hey, for example, is this guy Gary? I think it's Gary Vader. I could be wrong, but Vader. He had this comedian. I don't know if you know Tricks. He's out of Canada.
Yeah, I met him at the Laugh at the Dark Festival.
Yo, he said where there were waitresses. Tricks is up there murdering. Tricks is phenomenal.
Extremely funny, yeah.
He's out there murdering, and then it was on a Burt Kreischer podcast, and he was like, the waitresses were like, "You gotta follow that." He's like, "Yeah, I gotta follow." He's like, he is destroying that place.
It's hard to watch.
But
though.
you've like before, and you're headlining now, but you've headlined for, did you feature for big names ever?
A few.
You did, right? You have though, right?
Yeah.
And you noticed that, because I'm only asking because,
They're
did you
nowhere
notice?
around. I've never even met them. Like D.L.
Oh.
Hughley, if you asked him about me, he doesn't know who I am, but I featured for him.
Oh, you weren't in the same green room?
For some reason, the headliners that I opened for, I featured for, I never interact.
I heard
with
that
them.
happens. That's like what one of our buddies is talking about. He got offered a spot to feature or like be in the. There was like 2 features, 2 10-minute comics before Attell, and they were told like you're not even going to be in the green room with them, so you're not going to meet them.
Yeah.
So it's funny how that works.
So Dominique, I opened for her at Levity. She was a doll. I love her so much. Who else? Faison Love. I opened for him. He was nice. And these are people I just jumped in their inbox and said, "Hey, my name is Monique Latise. I'm from Jersey. Can I get a couple of minutes?"
And they let you on.
And they let me on.
That
Yeah,
is-
if any weekend that I'm off, I always see who's at Levity Live,
Dude,
and
that's
I'll jump in their inbox, and if they say yeah, I'll go down.
wow.
Yeah.
And that's it.
wow.
That's it.
Are you-
They don't ask to see a tape, nothing. They're just like, yeah, we'll put you on.
Mhm.
That is
They probably look you up for a second, be like she's funny.
I'm pretty sure they asked someone. I'm not even sure, but the amazing part is I've done that thinking I'm just gonna do a couple of minutes and end up getting paid for it. So it's always
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's funny. Questions I had, you kind of already answered,
Mhm.
right? Especially with the funny over 50 contest.
Mhm.
But the second one, because I can't. I would love to be able to pursue comedy like full time, have it be exclusive,
Mhm.
but I'm not there yet, right? And when you see someone, because I saw your post on Facebook when you said you're going back to find a job, right? And the first thing I did was, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get. So I want to know what's that mentality like, right? Because it believe it or not, it doesn't just affect you; it affects those that watch you differently. Some people will be like, I knew it, or some people like, oh,
Right.
well, then what does that mean for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to know what was that process like?
It was hard. I even feel like crying now, just listening to you
Yeah.
ask me that. It was probably one of the toughest decisions I ever had to make because when I left my job, that was hard. I left a 27-year job.
What'd you
And
do?
I was in finance.
Ooh.
Business development rep, and I loved my job. But I believed in it. For some strange reason, I believed in what I was doing. You
You just
know,
got that feeling and you love
I
it,
just
Yeah. I mean, I get it. We all
Did you have
we all
that moment after like doing 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years where like you're grinding, not much advancement, it's going, and like I'm having that right now. It's like, what is this leading to? Like you get this, like,
it's
is this going to
weird
go
with me 'cause
anywhere?
I always felt the advancement
Mhm.
I just felt like last year was just I was exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just finding a way to get through the exhaustion, finding a way to refresh yourself. That's what it is. Because if the more you do it, you should feel some advancement, even if it's in your pay, if it's in how people react to some sign is going
Yeah.
to prevail, right? But back to your question, when I had to say to myself, this is not working, you got rent, my car, I needed a new engine. I got grandkids I haven't seen. If you know my story, I'm a prison mom for years. That has its own level of weight that I carry. And it was like when I had to go back to work, I felt like I was lost. I felt like a failure, if I can be honest. I was disappointed. I wasn't angry,
Yeah.
but I felt like, wow, like and I felt like I was letting a lot of people down,
Mhm.
right? So for me, the Sherry win is not so much, oh, I won something, because I kind of feel like um it's like, not that I deserved it, but I felt like it was God's way of saying I didn't forget about you.
Right. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what
Um,
you're saying. Because there's this part of scripture that says, His ways are not always His
Mhm.
thoughts are not our thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't fully understand that till you go through it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we have what we want it, what we think we want, how we want it. He's the one that actually moves. He's the one that's moving stuff, and with him, he exists outside of time and space to make this ain't nothing to make him, but he's got to prepare you for whatever it is, because everybody got a gift.
Folks, we're going to be passing around the collection bucket. We'll be right back, everybody. We're here on Monique. No.
Alex just went to black church.
Yeah.
It's just a way to set up so that you're ready for whatever happens. Because
Yeah, but you paid your dues, though. You put the work in.
But one of the
you know?
worst things to do is
But the dues
to get that and then not prepare.
You grind
not
it so
ready for
long, and then that first.
But you know what? With the grind, there's always a piece. So the one thing I will say, there's one area that I lacked. If you say to me, well, what's one area that you feel like, you could have done better, your weak point, I will have to say, honestly, networking.
Mm.
Network. Because there's some people that network like masters,
Yeah.
and they're not as funny, but they get ahead.
True.
Oh yeah.
True.
If you know how to run your mouth, you could get, So I feel like I've always loved people, so I have a natural connection to people, right? But when I became a prison mom, that kind of put me in a different category as far as how I dealt with people,
Mm.
right? Because that was, to me, I felt like that was the ugliest part of me. And when you've experienced something like losing a child going to prison, it's all the same thing. It's all mourning.
Yeah.
When you experience that level of mourning, it's hard
Yeah.
to network like you should, because everybody doesn't understand that call that you can get in the middle of a conversation. If me and you talking and I get my phone ring and it's a prison call, I gotta answer it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that kind of stopped me. I remember when I left my job, right? I left my job in 2022, I think, and I got accepted to Laugh After Dark, their comedy festival. My first festival. I flew out to Vegas, and it was it was like hundreds of comics, and I would probably say about 6 women, about 4 black women. And they were, and the people there the guys were networking and networking and networking and networking. And I felt lost. Here I am. I'm killing the stage, but I literally felt lost. It was producers there. It was probably some casting directors there, and I felt like I was just walking around like invisible. I felt invisible, if I can be honest. So I get home from this festival, and I get a ding on my cell phone, and I see the video of me at the festival, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know they were taping like this. An hour later, this video had hit 5 million views in 1 hour.
Oh.
Today, I think it's at like 40 million views.
So what is it? Is your set?
A joke.
One
One
joke?
joke.
One clip. Gotcha.
And the joke went crazy. Crazy. And I was like, wow. So it's like, that showed me, right, that, you can lack in one area, right?
Yeah.
But then that other area is like, that joke just went crazy. So it kind of just helped me with, you got to get better with networking, but then God hasn't forgotten about you.
Yeah.
Like this, so yeah.
You had questions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wanted to ask you. No. I had to write them down. So, any topics you consider off limits for comedy?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You think there should be off limits topics, or you think?
I think I can talk about just about anything a little bit. I don't like to overindulge in, like, I'm not a big sex talker unless it's surface sex.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
Right.
Surface. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into nitty gritty.
Right.
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 I'm always mindful of my audience. People say you shouldn't.
Once you get
care.
graphic and you put in pictures
Yeah,
of
that's
like the
not-
actual
yeah.
sex act, it's like
Right, but I
you went
will.
too far. You didn't need to. Do that.
If I'm at a grown show,
Yeah.
we may talk about grown things, but I'm not gonna overindulge in it. I talk the ugliest sides of me. I've talked about, especially in the beginning, because it actually helped me.
Right.
I talked about my son being in prison, being a prison mom. That's probably the ugliest part of me. And I'm only saying ugliest meaning like where it got me to the ugly cry.
Yeah. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Yep. But I'm not a big politic person.
But that's what makes you endearing, though, on stage. You're endearing because you're vulnerable, right? The best comics
think
that are
so.
endearing, those are
Yeah,
the ones
'cause-
we love to watch.
Because I've gotten on stage with a broken heart, literally like not left at the altar, but like in my best set ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Crowd
that's
connects.
why I think I don't have a boyfriend, because I feel like when I'm in love, I don't do good when I'm in love. For real, I feel like a wuss. I was dating this guy one time when I had a show and he was there, and I was like, I'm like, what is this crap? As soon as he dumped me, I was like, yo, those ugly dudes.
He's like a white girl all of a sudden. Oh my God, so my God. Get rid of this guy now. What's happening to her?
I am the worst when I'm seeing somebody. I'm like,
You got another question numero dos.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like what I was thinking about lately, I've been hanging out with a lot of people who aren't comics, just because the social life, like family life and stuff. And like people have like we do this long enough. You have misconceptions about comedy.
You
What do you think
do.
is like the biggest misconception the public has about us as comedians? Or you?
That's a good question. For some reason, well, in my mind,
Because we're doing it so long, you forget. Like
they
we're not those people anymore. It's
people
been
put
years.
comedians on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Don't you get
Like,
weird when they compliment you? Like, how do you do it? Like,
it's like
stop
when they
asking me that. It's
find
not
out.
hard. You know?
It's like when they find out that I'm a comic. It's like, and I'm like, you work at ShopRite, I'm a comic. You work at the hospital, you're a cop, I'm a comic. Like,
Yeah.
in my mind, but people like get all crazy.
My neighbor's son-in-law said to me one time, he knows I do comedy. Comedy goes, well, yeah, I'm funny. Italian,
Oh
right?
my, I
Right?
hate that.
I'm funny. I said no, I believe you. I said, but
That's the deep down urge wanting to say, I want to try this.
Right.
You know?
but you could be funny with your friends or whatever. I said no, structured funny where you go up on a stage in front of people you don't know
Right.
that expect you to be funny and be funny is a different thing. And he goes, oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, some
Or
people
they
will-
say,
Yeah.
like say if I'm at a show and they say, "Oh, you're the comic," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Like, you better be funny.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Or if you tell me, I'm gonna hit you in the face with a tomato.
Yeah, you better be.
Excuse me, can I curse on here?
Yeah.
No, the fuck you not. No, the fuck.
But back to what you're saying about
Excuse me,
about the
whoever's
general
watching this.
public and misconceptions.
You
That was
got
at a-
you got a long way to catch up to Al felony.
my son was taking like a couple years ago. He started exercising and took like a jujitsu class. Like one of those.
Yeah.
And this is like these are guys who fight in like in the UFC in the class.
Yeah.
And they were real fighters, like amateur. And I'm in there. I'm watching them, and all these guys are like they can kick anybody. They're like fighters, real fighters. Like these are like alpha men, fighters. They're modest. They're like some of them are construction work. Some of them are fighting in the UFC. And then like they found out like I'm a comedian, and then all of a sudden the guy's face went from like this to like, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
crazy.
what? I don't want to fucking do what you do.
Oh, that's good.
You're like a python choking this guy out. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'd be the
Yeah.
guy with my knees up, like he's hitting him so hard. Oh my god! How do you do what I do?
Like him.
Oh my god! How do you?
Yeah.
Have like a dress out all of a sudden. Oh my god! They hit each other so hard, though.
That is good.
Jesus Christ! Holy shit!
You got to use that on
He's a
stage. Did you
person
use that
like
on
me.
stage?
Listen to me.
That was funny.
I should use that on
He
stage.
should
right?
use that. You know that he used to be a bouncer. He was
can see that.
he was a
Yeah.
bouncer. He has so much great freaking stories. Ask him
I
who
wasn't a
told
manly
ask
bouncer,
him
yeah.
who told him he should do more and do more and do more. Ask him.
You
has
know
he
what I
done
like
it?
about you? I know this is about me. You know what I like about you? Is when you got on stage and you was like talking about your face and you like your expressions.
Oh, the Eastern European stuff. Yeah.
I like that. I like that because
gotta-
I felt
yeah.
like you broke the ice. Like,
I feel like it's an elephant in the room. You got to talk about that first thing that's weird about you, right?
I don't think it's weird, but I thought that was very funny though.
Because a lot of people that come up on stage and be like, I know I look like if Jeffrey Dahmer was mixed with, when they do that, and they mix something, mix two.
Yeah.
That I feel like it's been done. So I just talk about the very obvious, exactly.
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
and also I'm Eastern European, dude. I used to get this all the time. Why don't you smile more? 'Cause I'm like, this is my face, lady. Like
That's
this is how I
funny.
look.
That's funny.
I
That's-
look like I'm gonna kidnap somebody. That's just
Smile.
my
Let me
face.
see- Let me see you smile.
It's still creepy. Still creepy.
And that's what we used to
Like
be
this,
called-
ready?
Oh
I'm
my
happy
God,
inside.
that's so funny.
He's a funny dude. He's a phenomenal actor too. We used to be called American Immigrant Podcast, right?
I'm an immigrant. I wasn't born here.
He was the immigrant. I'm the one with the immigrant's voice, but I was born here,
Wow.
right?
So how long have you guys been doing this podcast?
This is 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
This is
Met
oh
like 5-6 years ago. Remember Lucy's Laugh Lounge in Pleasantville? Do you remember that place?
no, yeah, it used
Little
to be.
place that closed down after COVID. We met right before COVID, and then
Yeah.
we connected together.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. You
And
know,
now-
because I let everybody know I'm Caribbean right off the bat.
Yeah, I like
Right
your
off-
exit.
right
Yeah,
off the
I like
bat.
your exit.
Right off the bat, I'd be like, "Yo, this is what it is," and we
Yeah.
go from there. People go, "Oh my God, I like that stuff you said about the Caribbean." I think one of the greatest compliments I've gotten so far is we did a show. I was in Connecticut, and a guy came back. He said, "I came back to see you. I brought somebody." And after the show, he goes, He's like, I didn't understand all that stuff he said, but it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you get fans that come up to you, right, at a show.
Yes.
You ever have a fan that followed you from like your Instagram shows up to a show? How good is that feeling?
Let me tell you something. My fans, the Gotham is sold out. The 7:30 is sold out.
Shit.
Like sold out.
Wow.
No big press. No radio press. Straight fans that saw that I won and they wanted to be there. I love my fans. My fans, I have people that send me gifts, coats, all kind of stuff. Like I am so
Damn.
blessed. And these are the things that keep me going. I don't know what happened
I
last
sent the
year.
coat. You like it?
Who?
I sent the coat.
No, you ain't-
All right, just kidding.
I can give you my address though. You can send something.
Just kidding, honey. I'm
But,
kidding. I don't have a family on the side. Just kidding.
He's not my type. I'm joking. But yeah, I love my supporters. They're so good to me.
It's a good feeling, right?
It is.
Yeah.
That's the best part, if I can be honest. You know, the comedy, the grind sucks, right? The grind. I love being on stage, and I love the love that I get. And you know what else I love? I've done shows where there were people in the audience that I knew couldn't stand me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And comedy, for me, has bridged the gap on a lot of relationships. I'm not even gonna say relationships, but you know, because like, do you ever worry about who's there? Like, say if one of your exes are there or her man, like, does that make you uncomfortable?
I don't have an ex, but no, it won't.
Okay, all right.
I married my
You guys
first.
are all married. Okay.
My wife has seen me once, and I keep saying,
That's it?
yeah, just once. And I was doing it 2 years, so she hasn't seen the much better me now at 8 years. That was like another comic, and I don't know if I want to. She kind of like, and she's cool. She's like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I don't even want to go and make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, could I handle it? I don't know.
My-
If I locked
my
eyes
wife-
with her, I don't know. I think I might crumble. I don't know.
See, yes, see, you may have-
My wife would
You know?
sit there, and then I would see her face, may not laugh at something. I think it's funny, even though sometimes if I run the idea by her, she would say that's funny, right? Because she's seen me act. She's seen me act a bunch of times. Did Othello, did all kind of different plays, but not actually stand up, right? Not stand up, which is weird because my aunt, my uncle's wife, did a show. I did Tim's show a few years ago at the Dobbs Ferry Library, and I was headlining. She showed up. I was like,
That throws you off.
I was like,
So now you understand how I
like-
feel.
she never heard me cuss before.
Want to hear something fucking hilarious? I did a don't tell for the first time, right? It was pretty good. And in the crowd, all of a sudden, you see the silhouette of a coworker that I like. You know, me and her were good friends.
Yeah.
I don't work with her anymore.
Yeah.
And it threw me off for like the last 3-4 minutes of the set. And then I called her. I'm like, and she goes, I wasn't there. What the fuck were you looking at? I wasn't even there.
Oh, wow, damn.
Fucking bombed my set. and it wasn't even her. It was just like I thought it was
Right.
her.
So I used to get weird in the
Throw you off.
beginning of comedy when people would say, I'm coming to your show. Like,
Right.
I would get weird.
Yeah.
And it would kind of change how I approached comedy.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
But then after a while, I said, nah, they're coming into your house.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is what you do.
Yeah. Be you. You do you.
Yeah, and it took a long time.
Yeah, it's a process. It is. Let me tell you something. When I first started, I started in 2004 with my first open mic, right? I was 29 years old. And I started going to open mics, and but nobody would do what I would do.
Mhm.
And a lot of start and stop. And I remember start going back, and I'm like, man, maybe this is what I should do. Try to do what they do.
Mhm.
Even like for work, he was on the road. My boy was with me, who was a trained theater actor, a musical theater actor and whatnot. And I would go and do a 5-minute set, and he was like, "You didn't do a voice. What is wrong?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just trying to do like real comedy." He said, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "That's your fastball."
You think what we're talking about is like that? What they say is like in the beginning, you do your first special is like, well, you know, is like for them, for other people, and then really when you get a better comic, it's for you. You realize you're just doing your comedy for you.
For
Don't
real.
adjust.
Yeah.
When
You
I
do that, like I feel like you. I saw you, by the way. That set I saw you before that Jersey comedy contest was like 3-4 years ago, and you got like light speed better. You know, and I saw
love
it,
that.
and I saw that. I saw it back then. I saw it the other day.
Thank
I was like,
you.
damn.
Yeah, and
know?
I finally said, okay, this is me. This is what I'm gonna talk about.
Right.
I don't give a shit what anybody else talk about. Well, I did a show when that thing first happened to Diddy. I said it was 8 comics, 7. Oh, Diddy. I ain't even touched that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just went straight and did me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I got comfortable doing me, and I'm just exploring how to even be better me at this point. You know what I mean? What I bring.
Yeah, that's what when I go on stage, I think about this couple of things that I think about when I tackle a show. I think about what happened that day that I can talk about, right? So something that happened that day. That's why I love when weird things happen. Even though they feel uncomfortable, even, whatever. Like my neighbor across the hall never spoke to me. But one day I'm looking out my peephole, being nosy, and I see him moving. And I fucking started crying. I'm like bawling, crying. So I didn't know if I should go out in the hallway and say goodbye. He never spoke to me,
Jeez.
right?
Wait, why did you cry when you saw the neighbor?
I'm just so emotionally, like, I'm a whack job.
Damn.
She's mad at her ugly crying. I don't even know his name, but he's good.
Like, I'm so, honestly, I'm such a baby. People be like, how could you do comedy? You're so sensitive. And I think my sensitivity, I am very sensitive, right? But it also helps me on stage. Because as sensitive as I am personally, it makes me, I'm sensitive to my audience.
Right.
So I can look at a crowd and tell a crowd what they need. I can look at, I've done shows with 2 people in the audience. And I'm able to tell you what you need. Like, it's almost like I have ESP.
It's a
I
black
feel like Cleo.
mean-
Remember Miss Cleo?
Call me now.
Yes.
That was the worst.
I'm the American version of Miss Cleo.
She's American. She wasn't Jamaican. That shit was trash.
Don't say that about
That
her.
shit was garbage.
Don't
She
say
was
that.
very
What's your
much-
zodiac sign?
Me, I don't believe in none of that.
No, I said what's your zodiac sign?
But do you feel like
Taurus?
That explains
Taurus?
You know them thing there, but yeah.
Oh, you're into the astrology?
it. I could do a whole hour on stage with signs. I love it.
Rasta, not in them thing
I'm
there.
Aries. What are you, Taurus?
So let's say I have
Yeah.
because some crowds are weirds, right? Like some crowds you do it and it's like some crowds don't even want to hear no jokes. They don't want to hear no jokes.
Weird, right?
So I go in there.
So what do you want to hear?
So I go into I have a whole thing I could do about zodiac signs. And they love it. And they start yelling out signs and stuff, and I say something crazy about that sign.
Is that a mixed
God.
crowd or not a black crowd, a white crowd? Or?
Usually it's a mixed crowd. Blacks, they say what you, I don't
I don't know that shit.
But sometimes I get in my bag, though.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes if it's a black crowd, it's something that I want to say. Like, I can look at you and kind of tell your personality, and I can.
It's a gift, man. That's not
Yeah.
an easy thing.
Yeah, you're like.
I love that.
You're a little bit like my wife's a therapist. You're a little bit like a therapist. You got to read the
Absolutely.
person,
I will go
see
back
what
to
they need,
Yes.
and then like if they pull back and you see like. I'm only starting to do this the last year or so, which is like I start a joke and you can tell I'm not into it. Like when I was younger, I'd be
Leave
like,
it
I'm
alone.
gonna push it. I'm gonna win
not
them
me.
over. You can't win them over if they don't like this humor. You move on.
I used to have to have everything. Let me see, just joke 1, joke 2.
Oh, no. I could.
And if I don't have that, I'm a wreck when I get on stage.
See, I have OCD. I have ADHD. So I don't remember nothing. I'm all over the place.
You think about a million things at once.
Yeah, I could never, if you said to me,
You two might be the same.
Story of my life.
You two might be the
what's your
same.
sign?
Aries.
Oh God, here we go.
Aries and Leos are a lot alike.
Oh, God.
Leo. Oh, my wife's a Leo.
Yeah.
She's July 31st. She's Leo.
The day before my birthday.
Is that your birthday?
August 1st.
Day before.
What's her personality like?
Oh, introverted. Complete opposite. That's the thing. It's not like you. That's why.
We can be. No, we can be.
There we go.
No.
That's why.
Don't say here we go. Don't do.
She is introverted, my wife.
I got.
She is.
When somebody goes, yeah, what's your sign? I go Sagittarius. See, I know it was, and I go, nope. See, Gemini. They say exactly. Then I go, no.
No, you like to play
saying-
games. I ain't got time.
You know that I just play games
I
all
don't
the
have
time, boy. Let's do that.
Nope.
It's this one girl I was working with one time, and she was like, "What is your real accent?"
She said,
She said, "What's your real accent?"
I got a great joke.
Play
I
game?
got a great question for you, though. I want to
would
because
never
we
know.
only have 10 minutes left. I want to ask you.
Okay.
This is a joke. This is a question I got from something that was asked to a comedian. I'm going to ask you. What type of mindset are ideal for creating good comedic bits? Do you work best with deadlines? Do you write best under pressure? Or do you work more productively when life's playing nice? Have you worked something that's happened that day into a set? or like how do you build a
I'm a
premise into it?
spontaneous. I can think of something right now, and then that becomes my set for the next 5 years. And I for some reason, my best jokes come from painful situations. So I've learned, and it's hard, but I've learned to allow myself to feel what I feel.
You don't
Because
hold
once
back.
I get through this, I'm going crazy.
You work out the bits on stage, or you
Um,
write.
Yeah,
I write backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a writer. I don't sit down. I can't write. But what I will do is I take the core of the joke in each show I build. So you can see me 1,000 times. It's never going to be the same. I don't ever want you to say, ever want people to say, well, I saw her 5 times, same material. The core of the joke is the same. Right?
I
You'll
got
know certain jokes. I have certain jokes that the core, but every time I say it, I add more to it.
Is it a joke or like a story where is it a classic like beginning, setup, punchline?
But what
boom?
worked the last show? Do you do that again? Do you do that again? What worked the last show and just layer more?
If I can remember it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you really.
I'm bad with memory.
What I do is I look at my life. I start and then certain things come to mind like, you know, my father did this in 1980 something.
But I don't know anything about punchlines and all that, and that
I
makes me
understand.
sad a little bit because
But everybody's different. That's the
yeah,
thing.
I don't know anything about punchlines and what's the other one? The last joke,
The callbacks or the setup.
callbacks.
Setup.
What's the last one?
Um,
Like you say it and then you. Oh, is that the punchline?
tags and the punchline.
Yeah, I just like to have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I like to talk.
You're a storyteller. You're not but like the joke formula. The first
Yeah,
two are the fake out, and then it comes
And it
something
depends on
real,
the
and then the
crowd.
joke.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't work for everybody.
I like
You're
to
not a
tell
joke.
stories at Rhino. Like I like to take my time at Rhino because I feel like if I hit them with the the hood stuff, the boom boom bam, they won't get me. So I take my time at Rhino.
Oh, I didn't see your hood set. I saw just your rhino set.
Oh yeah, I have a hood set.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see that now. She did a great joke. I love this. I don't want to ruin. I'm going to ruin your bit, but the helmet.
That's
what
one
I'm
of my
going to
favorite
say,
jokes.
just so you know what I'm
One
talking
of my
about.
favorite jokes.
Go see
Oh.
this woman is hilarious. That joke is I'm like,
And
why
I'm
should
building that. Like every time I do it, it gets crazier and crazier. And it started from I was dating this guy. Well, I met this guy, and for a week we were hot and heavy, FaceTiming each other. Oh, I couldn't wait to see him. It was crazy. And
Is
I'm
it the guy behind the peephole that you're watching first? I want this guy. Don't leave.
oh my god. Well, not him. I don't want to seem like I'm a whore or anything.
Some guy with groceries, a white dude. There's a girl behind the peephole, like, oh my God. If you only knew.
And this guy, so after I gave him some, he started getting weird. Like I would call him and it's like he would be like, and I'm like, what happened to the guy
Before
before?
the pre-poom.
Right. Like
You're like, did he just lose his virginity?
And I'm like,
that just happened?
And I was like, I was so mad at myself for sleeping with him.
Jeez.
Because I'm like, he's clearly special. And I didn't see this before. That's crazy. So the joke I do about, women and dealing with someone that's off, man, that's personal. I love it. I love it.
No, listen, man.
The David Tell joke. You're banging a chick, you're working at McDonald's 3 years, you're banging the girl on the fry later. They say she's retarded. Those titties ain't retarded. Only David Tell can get away with that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to bleep all that.
Same
But
concept.
it's the same. It's life, man. I talk about growing up I grew up in Barbados. I always knew I was an American citizen, but I spent 18 years in Barbados. Living life the Bayesian way. What we eat, what we drink. Then you come over here.
Those differences of there and here, that's got to be your
It's got to be that's where I approach a whole bunch of shit from. We talk about listen. I watch cooking. I watch a wide range of shit. I watch a lot of British shows because we grew up watching British shows.
Rihanna?
Not personally. She's younger than I am though.
Okay.
But I didn't know her. I know where she lived. Where she used to live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Barbados is small. It's easy. It's easy to get around.
Yeah, my little cousin's Bayesian.
Yeah.
got Caribbean roots?
You ever have fish cakes yet?
I'm pretty sure I did. That sound good.
It's called fish fritters.
Okay.
Yeah. I make them. I make some really good. He had them.
You didn't bring any?
No, not today. That's a lot of work. I make them good. No, I make them
You
really
don't
good.
Take care of your guests. They gave me water, like this with water.
and
It's good water too.
I make it with a tamarind sauce too. Something we watched. Lately. He came by to watch.
He's a
and
great cook.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
I won't ever find out.
I got another good question for you. I think this is a
Yes.
good question, but I just
You have good questions.
Okay, if given the
Alex,
choice,
you have really
would
good
you prefer?
questions.
Now listen closely. But would you prefer to deliver a technically solid, polished, rehearsed, all cylinders firing set to a crowd, to an audience, into an audience like into like a middle audience, like okay, but you did a perfect set, like you're what you plan to do, or like a messy circus wire performance, kind of a set to like a very appreciative audience.
Second one.
Yeah.
Second one,
I
right?
don't care about
I
the polish.
already
Nothing
knew
about-
the answer as I was
nothing
reading
about
it.
me is polished.
Yeah, exactly. I
I'm
knew the answer.
as all over as you can get.
Because if your set changes from set to set, that means
I think-
Yeah.
you're in the moment, you're in the stories.
We did.
You know,
We did a show together. What was that? Dutchess County. Shout out Jillian's Bar. It's up in somewhere up there, like an hour. It was great because I actually went last, and I discovered some stuff in the moment, which is fun to do. Which is really fun to do. Like, hold on, I got something. And it's like,
you ever do Laugh It Up?
I heard of it.
I opened for Harlan there when he was there. We
Okay.
did like 4 shows there. One got canceled, he did 3. And Harlan Williams, and I never seen him. He's really funny live. His set was about 40% different each set, each hour,
yeah.
each night.
Yeah.
And that was all messing with it, each different each night.
Right. That's
Fun.
I
That's
can't.
that's
First of all, I can't
sustainable.
remember a set. That's number one.
3 minutes. But
But
that's a sustainable way to do it because
Yeah.
each time you're going to have fun doing it. Because the idea of doing a polished, this is each joke, this is when it's
Yeah, that's-
coming out.
but that works.
like a Seinfeld comedy
That,
thing,
that works for some people.
yeah,
And that's why I always say that this art form is so broad
it is.
because there's so many different ways to approach it and
Yeah.
do it. Some people want to see smart written jokes. And I've heard some smart jokes that I get it.
Right.
But then there's some shit that I see Tracy Morgan say. I know there's a bit that Tracy Morgan does. He talking about dancing, like stomach in, stomach out.
See, I like buffoonery sometimes. Every once in a while, I just like that clown shit.
Oh
like,
my God.
What's the best compliment you ever got from a fan after a show?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. One of the best compliment is when people tell me I can relate to you.
That is true.
You feel like you hit close to home to their life. I love that too. I've gotten that
I'm
too. But that's just like I have a joke about my son, and they'll be like, "I love that. Reminds me of my son." Don't you feel like you helped him out? Like
This gay guy came up to me one day after a show, and was like, "Oh my God, you're so relatable." I'm thinking like, I am
Is a white gay guy or a black gay guy?
white,
Oh jeez.
and I'm thinking like, what do we have in common? But
Most gay white
you
guys.
found something in me
That's
that's relatable to you.
Yeah.
I did my job.
She's fierce. I want to be
go.
her.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, okay.
Jeez, we got a minute 30 left. You got any more quick questions, or are we gonna?
what do you like more, the compliment from patrons or compliment from fellow comics?
Ooh, that's
question,
a
right?
good one.
I think about that. You like both, obviously, but which one? If you had to
Depends.
choose,
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think. You should answer.
That's a good one.
I would say comics. To me,
If it's
Then
a
you
comic,
know the
I mean,
comic is like-
if a comic you like and respect. If it's a
comics are
comic,
jaded. They don't always want to tell you your jokes.
Right. And I think it's an equal because you just never know. Every compliment is not a compliment.
True.
You know, you just
Yeah.
never know. I don't know. I'm a little weird.
Oh, some can be a little feigned, like you don't know if it's real. A fan will give you a compliment. It's real.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you one. I never forget. One day I did a show and a comic said to me, "Why, you're next level?" And I was like, "Huh?" Because I had never heard. He was like, "No, you're ready," and I'm like, "I'm ready." Oh snap! And he was like, he had been in the game for a long time, and he was like, "Nah, you ready?" And I just didn't know. Like, it kind of made me sad too, because I'm like, "Well, ready for what?"
Okay.
I didn't know what that what was.
We got to wrap it up.
20 seconds.
You know what it is now.
Give us your handle and tell us about your upcoming shows.
So my handle is at Monique Latise on all platforms. At Monique Latise on all platforms. My big show that's coming up is at the Gotham. I'm headlining Gotham. Thanks to the Sherri Shepherd Show.
What's the date?
It's July 9th. July 9th.
Nice.
7:30 is sold out.
This will be out before
We
this.
have 9:30 available. So come out and see.
Please come out. Please come out and support
Yes.
the queen.
Please come out.
Man, this has been fun. This is too short.
Yeah, for real.
It felt like 15, 25 minutes.
It really did. It really
Jeez,
did.
but thanks for coming out. This is
thanks so much
episode
for doing it.
47.
Wow.
Hanging out with the Velvet Sugar Boys.
How long did you drive out to get here?
Caribbean.
45 minutes.
All right.
Yeah. In my new car.
Yeah,
Nice.
AC. I
You
got
happy?
AC.
You
My
happy
car's
what you
old.
got? What do you got? 'Cause
I got a 2023 Nissan Rogue. I like the Rogues.
Oh, I got a similar car. I just got a CRV hybrid, like
okay.
a Rogue size. I
Yeah,
love that
I
little.
love it.
The little SUVs are the
For
most
real.
fun.
Must
You're
be
high up,
so
you're
nice.
high up, but they still drive like a car.
Must be so nice to have a new
Congrats.
car. Congrats, guys.
That's like hate.
No, it's not a hate. I just don't have a new
was a
car.
great show.
Aw.
Not even AC, but it's okay.
No,
fine.
AC. Oh my
I
God.
walk with ice. It's
Okay,
great. I just
yeah.
put it in the back of my neck.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Madam Monique. It's been,
Yeah, it was
been
great.
having you here.
Thank you.
Jeez, we feel like we got to do a part 2 sometime.
I know.
You got
this
something
is
big going on.
good.
Yeah,
You got a
man.
podcast?
I have a talk show that I do. It's a contracted thing.
Okay.
So I did 6 episodes. And hopefully I could do another 6 episodes
All
with
right.
them again. So
Well, we wish you nothing but the best and success. And
thank you.
thanks for coming on, rocking up with the guys, man.
This is
Yeah,
so
man.
cool.
All right.
Anytime you guys want me to come.
Yeah, episode 47. Check us out, Velvet Sugar Podcast. As Big Alex just walk across all the cameras. We were still recording.